Okay, so I'm going to break this video down into two sections, fielding and base running. Base running goes through with hitting, but hitting isn't really that important. I mean, it is, but like it's a simple step. You hit the ball. So let's start off with our basic field. So as you can see, this is a diamond. Or it may not look like a diamond, but it's what baseball players call it. So before we cut to the chase, I just wanted to let you know that I'm an extremely professional gamer. And I'm a very professional baseball player as well. Matter of fact, I just played baseball today, so I got all the tips and the tricks on how to be being a complete baseball star. Baseball baseball professional. So let's get started with the first professional baseball stuff. So I'm gonna get my color. Shut up. I'm gonna get my color red here for circling stuff and all that crap. So we're gonna start off with fielding, first category. So as you can see here in the outer grass, we have people. That's a person if you didn't already know. So basically this is left field. I'm still on a racer, aren't I? Anyway, that is left field. What the freak? Heck no, bro. This is left field. So there we go, we got left field here. This is center field. That's center field. And this is right field. So these are our outfielders. So the field is divided into two types of fielders, and these are the outfield. This is the inner field, otherwise known as infielders. So we're going to start from the bottom up. So we have here our catcher. This guy is mainly patrolling, stopping the ball so that it doesn't get by. Basic crap. This guy isn't really important right now because he's just the batter. This here is our pitcher. He delivers the balls to the batter so the batter can hit and the game can go on. This is third base. This is just the third base that a batter would run along to. This is first base. This is the first base that the runner would get to. This is shortstop. This is basically just the hole filler from in between third base man and second base. So shortstop is kind of like second base, except just a little spread out. They're just on opposite sides of the field. So that is the divide from outfield to infield. Ignore my crappy handwriting. It's just kind of it's needed for the process. So we're gonna go through here, and we're just gonna talk about every fielder's job. So, like I said, catcher, he catches the balls to deliver back to the pitcher. Pitcher delivers the balls to the catcher for the batter to try to swing at. First base has the job of either, if the ball is hit, to field it and touch the base, or to get the ball thrown by somebody else in order to touch the base and get the runner out. Second base is the second baseman is basically just the person that patrols second base if needed. And then if the ball is hit to him, he will either go to first, or he will go to second, or he will go to third. And that's the same with everyone else. Shortstop is basically the same. He also patrols second base. And then if the ball is hit to him, he can also throw to first, second baseman, or third, just like everyone else. Third baseman is basically first baseman, but he has the ability to either tag or not tag, either the runner or the bag. Left fielder is basically is just a fielder in the left side of the field, to bring it into the cutoff or to third base. And I will explain cutoff later. Center field, exact same thing. He goes to either the cutoff, which can be any first or, not first, but it could be second or shortstop. And they do the rest of the work. Right field, exact same thing. They go to cutoff, or if the ball is close enough, so say they were like right here, and then the runner's like about here, they can throw it to first, which could potentially get the runner out at first. The outfielders have the ability of catching the ball, and so do the infielders. But the outfielders have a higher chance of getting a pop fly. A pop fly is basically just a ball hit that flies, and flies. It could be a high pop fly, or it could be a low pop fly. If you haven't already noticed, these lines here, these lines are the foul territory lines. They're the boundaries between fair and not fair. Fair territory is where the ball is in play. So as long as the ball is over here, or anywhere that's not crossing this boundary, it's fair. But if it is crossing said boundary, so say the batter were to hit it over here or something, then it's foul territory. And that goes with anything. That can go backwards as well. So in order to avoid foul territory, foul, as long as the ball is hit like this, it bounces like around here or something, and then goes into foul territory, it's good. So as long as it passes either first or second base properly on this side of their base, and then goes into foul territory, I just made a then it'd be good. It'd still be fair. But it does give the batter an advantage, because then the fielder's got to run all the way over here or something. Just like that. So, that is basically foul territory and stuff. These are, I'm pretty sure this is just where people stand to warm up or something. I don't really know. I don't play on this is a major league field. So, yep. That's basically the fielder's jobs. And so now I'm going to get over to cutoff. So, cutoff is basically if the ball is hit far enough into the outfield to where the fielders have to go towards to the ball. And so then the cutoff man would have to go out to get the ball to be able to send over to second base before the runner gets there in time, or just to stop them at second. So the way cutoff works is that if the ball is hit over to this side, shortstop handles the cutoff. But if the ball is hit over to this side, second baseman handles the cutoff. And then shortstop would come cover second, and then second baseman would come out. Same same reason applies to other side as well. Just like that. So it is the fielder's job to get the ball as quickly as possible wherever it is and get it into the field. That is their main goal as an outfielder, is to get it inside to the pitcher. Because when the pitcher wields the ball, the play stops. Okay, that's how it works. Basically, there are many different types of pitching. Like, there's so many that I can't even count them. Honestly, I don't even know them all. I do know that there's a such thing as four-seam fastball, which is basically just a regular fastball. Two-seam fastball, I'm pretty sure is the exact same thing, just regular fastball. There's a curveball, which it can either curve downward or it can curve inward or outward. Changeup is where the pitcher moves completely normal, but the ball goes slower, and it's supposed to fool the batter. And there are many other ones. There's breaking balls, there's fork balls, there's sliders, but I'm not yet smart enough to either both do them and know how they work. So that's basically fielding. Anything else I missed, I will cover on towards the end of the video. Now we're going to work on batting. So, pretty simple and easy. This is the batter's box. Well, this is the batter's box. This is the box of doom. So when the pitcher pitches the ball, you have to make sure that you don't swing at anything that's outside of this home plate here. And for your information, it is shaped as a home. So, basically, I'm going to display a picture of a batter's box, and yeah, there it is, batter's box. You're welcome. So the batter's job is to hit it anywhere they please. Infield is kind of hard to outmaneuver because, infielders are pretty epic, and they seriously do know how to throw balls and stuff. Because, they've been doing this for at least years now. So your job is to hit it at least towards the outfield. Or hit it hard enough to scare the crap out of the pitcher to where he just, jumps out of the way. And your ball is just going straight down the middle to the center fielder. There are also areas between fielders to get the ball through. And that's the same thing with the outfield. If you can get the ball through these gaps, then you're good. If it's through the infield, then it's a base hit, which counts as one base to completely run. If it goes past the outfielders, then you can either go as well to second, or if you're fast enough, you can go to third. Each player has to run around the bases in the individual order of first base to second base to third base, back to home plate. If you can make a full diamond around this entire thing without getting out, which I will explain soon, then that is a run scored, and that will count as the tally. So if you don't know, a run is basically like a point. It's the baseball term of a point. We don't call it points, we don't call it score, we call it runs. I'm not sure why. I guess it's just total runs around the diamond. So anyway, in order to get a batter out, like I'm pretty sure I said before, you have to tag the bag as long as you have the ball. So, like I said before, the infield has to throw the ball to first base or to second base or to third base, depending on where the runners are. So say there's a runner on second base and first base. Fielders have the option of either throwing it to first base, to second base, or to third base, depending on where it is. But if there's a runner on second base, if they were to throw it to third base, then they would have to tag the runner. as called as a no force play, non-force play. That's what I was taught. Force plays and non-force plays are quite different. So a force play is when somebody is completely running behind you. So if you were on second, somebody has to be behind you in order for somebody to do a force play. And a force play is just tagging the bag and not the runner. But if nobody's behind you and you started running, then the fielder has to tag you in order for you to be out. So I'm going to say it again. If you're on second and there's a guy on first, the fielder has to tag the bag. But if it's just you and you're all alone, fielder must tag you. Get it? Good. If you were on first and you were to go to second, the second baseman or the shortstop can tag the bag because technically this runner, when they hit the ball, counts as a force play. You don't have to tag the bag, but it is advised. Even if there were somebody here, and the ball gets like hit to you or something, you could tag the runner. Same rules. So if you're to be hit here and the runner's only like right here, if somebody were to tag them and then go to first, or maybe even second, and then to first, it'd be a triple play. That's pretty hard to do because you got to be fast with it. But there are a total of 3 outs that are able to be made. So there can also be 3 strikes and 4 balls. So those are the 2 types of pitching outcomes. It can either be a ball or it can be a strike. Strike is over the plate, ball is not over the plate, or too low or way too high. So, like, for instance, if the ball were to be thrown, but it's, like, a super lob, like, over the catcher's head and stuff, and, like, way too high, then obviously that's a ball. And if it's, like, in the ground to where it, like, hits the plate and does this crazy stuff, then that's a ball. Or if it hits before the plate, or maybe even, like, just a bit after, then it's a ball. But if it's, like, down the middle and, like, it's perfect, then it's a strike. So, yeah. Once you start hitting a certain age is when you're able to lead off. And basically, why are those hearts? Basically, leading off is just, it's simple. When you're on base, you come off the base a bit. And that's when the pitcher is able to pick you off. So it's the pitcher's job to make sure every base runner is next to their base at a proper distance so they don't try to steal. Stealing is basically when the pitcher raises their leg to pitch, you book it. And then the catcher tries to throw down to get you out, and you can either be safe, but you have to be tagged. You must be tagged in order to be out. So if it's like a super like crazy high ball that the catcher throws, as long as they're still on the bag, then you're good before they can tag you. And this applies with any base. They can pick you off at third, second, or first. Pitcher can do either one of those bases. You can even steal home if you wanted to. But that's, like, crazy hard to do. Because, like, you got to be, like, way out here fast. Because, you know, those pitches be coming in, like, 90 miles per hour and stuff. At least for MLB anyway. But, yep. So, leading off and stealing, they come in different generations of age and stuff like that, you know. The more you know. So, anyway, there's also a thing called tagging up. And tagging up basically is just when you stay on the bag when like maybe like the outfielder's like way out here, and then when the ball is caught, you can go. So basically the thing is if it is a pop-up and somebody is on base somewhere, they must wait to do anything. Because if the ball is caught, then they have to go straight back to their base. Unless it's 2 outs. If it is 2 outs, then you are going to book it down the street. As fast as you can. Down to the bases. You have to go. As long as it's 2 outs, though. Not 1. Not 2. 2. But anyway, that's just the basics of baseball. If there's anything else I need to go over, like advanced stuff, then I'll do it in a different video. But for now, that's just the basics of baseball. I might go over terms in a different video, but, you know, that's just how life works. Anyway, see you later, epic people. Yeah, I almost called you guys nerds, because I'm just mean like that, you know. But anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you have a good day. Hope you had a good day, and hope you will have a good day. I already said that, didn't I? And I hope you are having a good day. If you're not having a good day, then I'm sorry. Hope it gets better. See you later.